Hi, I'm Norm Thurston. For the past 5 years, I've represented you in the Utah House of Representatives. I've been able to do so because of your support and our willingness to work together as delegates to give a strong voice to the people of District 64 in Provo, Springville, and Spanish Fork. I'm running for re-election because I believe in the power of public service, and I want to continue to use my skills and experience to benefit our community and our state. There's more that I want to do to benefit you, my neighbors and friends. Since this election is going to be about experience, let me tell you about some of my qualifications. I am known on Capitol Hill as somebody who does hard things. I have studied at BYU and Princeton University, where I earned a Ph.D. in economics. I then taught economics at BYU for 8 years, including classes on health economics, public finance, and both micro and macroeconomics. I have worked in state government for 16 years, including 8 years as a health policy advisor to 2 different governors. Currently, I'm the executive director of the nonprofit National Association of Health Data Organizations. My training and experience are grounded in principle, and I have been incredibly valuable in providing insight and understanding of the many issues we wrestle with up at the legislature. This experience will be critical as we guide the state through these difficult times to come. Now let me tell you about how I think about government. I have a solid track record of voting for limited government and for defending our freedoms. Good government should be based on sound principles such as self-governance, individual accountability and responsibility, protecting our God-given rights and freedoms, and limiting government to its appropriate role. Of these, freedom is the key. Too often, government, especially the federal government, seeks to constrain our freedom instead of securing it. I have firmly defended our belief that the best decisions are going to be made at the level of government that is closest to the individual. Power belongs in the hands of our citizens and families to create opportunity and to find solutions to issues that affect all of us. George Washington observed, "Government is not reason, and it is not eloquence. It is force, and like fire, it is a dangerous servant and a fearful master." Now, let's talk a little bit about some of the issues. When it comes to the economy, we are now in uncharted territory. The reaction by governments around the world to the coronavirus, whether justified or not, have set us on a path for a deep and lasting global economic impact. The core principles to moving forward are simple: keep regulation at a minimum and taxes low. Education is the key for individuals to become productive members of society and to stay self-reliant. The public education system represents over 1/3 of the state budget. That's $6 billion. We have to get this right. We have to find ways to teach and prepare our children to participate in the world economy of tomorrow. And the best decisions are going to be made by teachers and parents working together, not by distant bureaucrats. Let me tell you about some of my accomplishments as your representative. I have voted against tax increases, including the unwise tax reform bill that tried to raise the sales tax on food. I passed a bill that will reduce the cost of insulin for Utahns with diabetes. I created a pathway to import lower-cost drugs from Canada and Mexico, which will save money for Utah's families and taxpayers. I supported increased flexible funding for education. I reduced regulatory burden on businesses and workers. And I led the effort to make Utah's roads safer by lowering the DUI limit to .05. You might have heard about that one. Others have noticed my taxpayer and freedom-friendly approach. I am the #1 rated legislator by the Utah Taxpayers Association. I have an A rating from the National Rifle Association. And I have been designated as a friend of government accountability, a business champion, and a defender of economic freedom. I've been your voice on Utah's Capitol Hill, and I've done what you asked me to do. Several of the bills I've sponsored address issues brought to me by constituents, including bills that will protect your First and Second Amendment rights, and to protect small businesses from nuisance lawsuits. I want to thank you again for your trust and extend a sincere invitation to let me know what issues are important to you so we can continue working together to find solutions. You can learn more about me on my website, normthurston.com, where you will find a full resume, my complete voting record, my views on several policy issues, and blog posts on a variety of topics. Thank you for your time.